Another big game that came out this week, Forza Motorsport, which I played a fair amount of. I will note consistently beat lap times for eMoney TV. I don't know if that's legit or if that's just your drivatar, but it made me feel pretty good, Christian.
I don't know if it's. I feel like I have my profile because of reviewing. I think I have all of my stuff not to share. So I would guess it's
Very
not
convenient
actually
answer.
me,
Very
but I
convenient.
don't. I don't know. That is
I'm
always
gonna
my
go ahead and
biggest
just keep
fear.
feeling good about myself.
Please do, please do. If I can help in any way, I will, dog a lap for you, Jeff.
We don't need to spend tons of time on it unless you want to, but I'm sort of let you take the lead on that game because you're very much more the sim racing guy than I am.
Yeah, I
Although I'm
think
changing a little bit.
I think Forza Motorsport is a very good game. It is just not the best Forza, nor is it the best console sim-esque racing game. I think GT7 for my likes is a better experience. I have not spent a lot of time in the multiplayer in Forza Motorsport, which I hear is a lot of people's bread and butter and where they're really enjoying this game. I'm going through the campaign mode of it, and it feels dry and sterile in a way that I don't, not like Gran Turismo's dryness, which is like you're at a coffee shop and you're hanging, and it's here's this jazz, and we're gonna give you a menu. Also dry and
It is weird how that has become this weird, the like pervasive tone of these simulators is like it's got to be like smooth jazz and we got to really appreciate cars and ooh, isn't
yeah,
a car? It's very strange that that's become the default, you know?
which is not the case for Horizon, which is like
Right.
AC/DC blaring as
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
which
that's
I
why I
can
liked
prefer.
it.
Like, let me ride
yeah.
down a
Yeah, that's
volcano.
why I
Yeah.
liked Horizon.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I think at this point, for my likes, Horizon is the top tier Forza franchise, and this doesn't feel like a relaunch of it. This doesn't feel like a 6 years of development. We're coming back without a numbered sequel. This is just Forza Motorsport, and
Mm.
this is the game that does things. It's pretty. It works, but nothing about it has really blown me away, and I haven't really enjoyed the single player progression. Which, ooh, I should have had this up, and I don't. I apologize, dear listener. But you're working through it with like car points, and it's like you've got these car points now. You can go spend them, and you upgrade your car, and it holds back things you can do. And I think it's trying to teach you like, hey, you should probably work on suspension before you know, turbocharge your engine or something like that. I think it's trying to teach you how you would actually mod a car. But for me, it just feels like, great, you did this. Now go in here and push these 4 buttons, kind of the way mobile games kind of work. Push these 4 buttons. Great, your car's better. Now go race again. Look, isn't it? Now you're on the next race with a slightly better car. And it doesn't feel like it's educational or rewarding in a I actually did something. And I really liked Gran Turismo 7's approach of teaching you about these cars. You're going to go drive these Japanese front wheel drive cars and learn about a hot hatch and see how they drive. Now you're going to go drive 70s era muscle cars and this rear wheel drive monster that hangs its tail out on every turn. And you're going to see what that's like. And we're teaching you automotive history and getting you in and out of different cars all the time. And Forza Motorsport isn't doing that. And I find it to be colder and less interesting in terms of the single player progression. I will say I played it via GeForce Now in the cloud with my backbone while my daughter was at softball practice, and it's awesome. Like, it blew me away to be playing a racing game competitively, single player, via the cloud. So I love that. Again, thank you, CMA, for objecting to this merger and getting us Xbox games not via xCloud and giving us other options. I think it is a competent Forza Motorsport is a competent sim-esque style racer. I just don't think it's the best, and I don't think it's the lift that maybe Microsoft was hoping for in terms of this kind of relaunch of their Halo driving sim game.
Well, you can't
To uh,
call it the Halo. Come on.
Not when they have a Halo.
No, they have Halo.
to Christian's point, it's funny because you're coming at this from the opposite side. I'm the most casual car racing sim player. Like I'll play it for a few hours or whatever, and and be like, cool, I played it. And that's what this felt like to me, is that they were trying to appeal to me. They're like, okay, you can upgrade your car, you can tune it if you want, and you can like you said, change the suspension or whatever, or you can just press this button a couple times and the whole thing is upgraded. And I was like, that's what I want.
That's why I go to a mechanic, so they tell me how to do it. I don't.
You're right.
I give them the money, and then they make the car go. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But that said, the more that I would do this, if I wanted to dive in and get more involved, I don't know that I would feel like this was the right game for it. So it was kind of an interesting in between. Whereas Horizon feels like the most casual game, but it's just so much fun. There's just like, it's just passionate and fun that you can just play it forever, and it doesn't matter, oh, I just want a faster car, but buy a faster car. That's it. You don't need to worry about tuning it up or any of that garbage. So I can see what you mean, and I think everything that you say is spot on, coming from the hobbyist side.
Yeah, I'm certainly much more on that side as well. And
Yeah.
I personally, as somebody who is often intimidated by these games, I liked the hand holding. Like the onboarding of this game is rad for me, because what it does is you start it, and it doesn't bring you into a menu for a long time. It literally just starts a race and is like, hey, that was one race, but here's another kind of race. Check that out. Okay, now that you're done with that, we're going to start you on the actual campaign, and here's a practice lap, and here's what your goal is for the practice lap. Okay, cool, you're doing great. We're going to actually throw you into a real race now, but it's a Grand Prix, so there's going to be 3 of them. We'll do a practice round each time, and it's like really hand-holding me into this process, which a lot of these games don't. They just dump you in this massive map, and I'm like, I don't know. Why can't I run this race in GT7? Oh, because I don't own the right car. How do I even get the right class of car? For me, as an idiot who doesn't know anything about cars or care, I'm bewildered often. That said, GT7 has VR, which makes it better. Just makes it better.
Gotcha.
And this game needs VR bad, in my opinion. As much as I like it on my super ultra wide monitor, it looks pretty. It needs VR. I will always play GT7 over it because of VR. But I actually thought it was pretty cool. I was having a good time beating Christian's times constantly, just ripping his times. And I thought like that sort of hand-holdiness, that just bringing you in made me. Oh, and the fact that it communicates like it does a great job of communicating constantly to me about what my goal should be. Like, you're shaving seconds off your lap time. Here's a small section of the race. See if you can do better on that small section. Okay, you did. Great. That's probably going to help your lap time. We're going to keep track of all that for you. I just thought did a really good job kind of breaking things down into digestible chunks for my idiot brain.
Again, I think it is a very good game. I just think GT7 is better in almost every regard. And also, when GT7 had that Sophie AI in it, was just phenomenal. The AI in Forza Motorsport doesn't seem I humble brag, changed the difficulty quite a bit, and that's made it easier. It's a reverse humble brag. I've Jeff's been smoking me
because I was getting smoked. Jeff's been
just rocking me. But the AI, I think, is frustrating. It will break mid apex, which you don't. And then there was one, I was in some multi-race championship, and thank goodness there's the rewind function, because I'm in the grid, I think at like 12th position or whatever, and and immediately a car rear ends me, and then another car, I don't know, I watched the replay, and they didn't get hit. Another car swung wide and then T-boned me. And I'm like, we're in the starting grid. Like, there should not be this much chaos. And so there are moments where I feel like the AI kind of just breaks for a half second, and like, again, breaking mid apex when the car has a clean line coming out. And it's a very good game. I just prefer Gran Turismo 7.
All right, so let's talk about Lords of the Fallen, because you